Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the studio. I am the Baseball King, and this is Baseball King Collectibles, where I take you on a journey throughout my 60 plus years of collecting. Started out when I was a kid, still have most of my baseball cards from the 1960s and through the 70s, and stopped collecting for a while. Back into collecting now again, obviously. We're all back. That's why I'm here. I want to give you guys my stories, how I obtain thousands, literally thousands of celebrity autographs, baseball cards, magazines, photos, balls. It's on bats, gloves, whatever you want to name it. I have it signed, and also not only that, I got the photos with. That's what we used to call it, the photo with the celebrity or the athlete. So that's important too. It's not just because all my autographs, celebrity wise, every single one is an in-person autographs. And that's in case you're new to the show. I've said this before. For those new to the show, I also collect baseball cards in person too, and photographs in person also. But the only things I have paid for over the years was, of course, was in person. I wouldn't buy it through in mail or anything like that. It had to be in person in front of me. Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, etc. Those guys. You go to a show, you wait online, you pay for them. But I've seen it. I didn't buy it. It was in front of me, and that's how I obtain every single autograph in my collection. There could be a couple exceptions along the way, but that's it. So we got today's show. I think we got an interesting show today, which is all Hall of Fame show. We have a couple of guys who are in the Hall of Fame. As one is a manager, one is a player, two is a player, and fourth we got four Hall of Famers today, and the fourth one, was he a murderer? Oh, did I come into contact with a murderer and I didn't even know it? Oh my God. What was I thinking? I'm standing next to a murderer and who knew? So that's going to be our mystery guest, okay? That'll be our mystery guest feature, and we'll get to that at the end of the show. If you stick around that long, I hope you do. And like I said, it's not just about autographs. I'm going to be opening up packs of baseball cards and things like that all along the way. I'm going to take you guys to card shows in my local card store and everything in between. It's not just focusing on my autographs. It's focusing on the hobby in general and my knowledge. I feel I can give a lot of knowledge to people since my collecting days go back to the beginning of card shows. I remember the first card shows here in New York. We were one of the first around the country, and it was unheard of. And before Beckett magazine, I'll give that story. There was another magazine guy I was working with, a late night shift, and he had a little pamphlet, maybe this big, and I see him flipping through it. I'm only working there a week. I didn't know anybody. I said, I saw baseball cards on the front of it, so I said, what is that? I asked him. He says it's a little pamphlet of a baseball card guide, basically, and it had price guide in and all that. And I said, wow, that's amazing. That got me. That was 1980. So from 1970 to 1980, I was dark. I was out of it. Nothing. It was my teenage years. Nothing other than going to games and all that stuff, collecting baseball stubs and little things like that. I was still collecting. But as far as cards go, I was done. To 1980, that's when it came back, when I saw that uh, baseball price guide from a worker. So that got me back into it, and that's how I'm here. And now I'm going to share some of those moral stories with you. So let's get into it. Let's get to the show. Let's see what I got to show you guys today. All right, we are back with our guests, and today our first one is a 20-year with the same team. How often do you see that? Craig Biggio. Look at that. Beautiful. He was a catcher at one time. If you not realize it, see that? Focus on there. He was a catcher. And he, greatest guy. He stopped for everybody, signed as much as you wanted. Really nice guy. For 20 years doing that, okay? Yeah, some guys stop after a while, but no, not Craig Biggio. He was right to his final career, signing away. Great guy. Got the photo. I'll put the photo up on the screen for you to see. And yeah, real nice. Not much stories with him other than that. He just stopped very friendly. Signed for everybody and took his time and answered questions if you had or anything. So let's get to our next guest. But I'll knock you guys over. Okay, it is no other than the legendary manager of the Atlanta Braves. Maybe one of the best managers of the last generation or so, Bobby Cox. He did win the One World Series, but he should have won a lot more with that team. But you can't play with the manager. Things happen in baseball with this playoff series now. It's hard to win more than one series, and back in the day, just win one series and you're in. But Bobby Cox was a Really nice guy, real stand-up guy. He'd be like one of the first ones there for every game, as the managers normally do. They come early. And one story that it was a little rainy day, not many people were there, a little drizzly, and we're hanging out by a few other collectors, me and myself, a few other collectors, we're hanging out by the Mets bullpen towards the train, see if anybody's going to come to the game off the train or any Met players going to drive up and willing to sign for us. So anyway, here comes Bobby Cox out of the gate and out of nowhere. We turn around, hey Bobby, what's happening? And he's dressed in shorts and t-shirt, and he looks like he's just going to take a walk somewhere. He goes, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going out for take a walk, guys. Can you tell me where the park is? And between the train station and Shea Stadium was what is it, Fresh Meadows? No, it's Flushing Meadow Park. I'm sorry. And the tennis courts are all there, and the World's Fair was there, and they have a really, really big place to walk around there. So, and he just had knee surgery, so knee construction surgery and replacement surgery, and that's where he wanted to go. He wanted to go walking in the park. He says, "Is it okay to walk there? Is it safe there?" I said, "Bobby, you're Bobby Cox. No one's gonna bother you. Just tell them who you are. They'll love you, no matter who it is." So he was really friendly, really nice, and yeah, I can't say nothing bad about Bobby Cox. All right, our next guest is a Hall of Famer, a 8-time All Star, a 6-time silver, a 4-time Silver Slug, 6 Gold Gloves, Hall of Famer, Chicago Cubs, Montreal, Boston, Miami. Oh no, it's not Donnie Baseball. Come on, no, it's the Hawk, Andre Dawson, on a Beckett magazine, which I love the Beckett magazines. I have about maybe I don't know 20, 30, 40 of these signed. The covers, I love the covers. They're beautiful and easy to sign. And another tip on that would be when you're going for an autograph and you have a card and 2 people next to me have a card and I have this, he's going to grab this. It's just easy to just grab and sign, It's just easier to grab out of someone's hand. So if you have a photo or something like that, you're going to get that autograph before somebody with an index card or a card or something like that. It's just it's the way it is. It's just natural. Anybody grabs for the bigger thing. It's just a natural thing to do. So Andre Dawson, here's a story with Andre Dawson. Nice story we got here. We did a private signing. Me and my friend Mead, he does all kinds of marketing agent for many baseball players, Hall of Famers, you name it, basketball, football, he knows everybody. Anyway, he calls me up one day. He goes, with his gruff voice, "Come on, we gotta go." I go, "Where are we going?" We gotta go. We gotta go. All right, we'll meet you, of course. But I gotta tell me where we're going because I have things I want to get signed, maybe, my bat and things like that. I have a Hall of Fame bat I was working on at the time with different players. So, yeah, Andre Dawson. Okay, great. That's great. All right, so we meet him at the hotel, 42nd Street, where the players were staying at the time, with the team. He was with the Marlins at the time. It was the end of his career. And we did a private signing in his hotel room. And I was shocked. This is one of the major hotels, 42nd Street, Grand Central Terminal, right there. I'm not sure the name of it now. But back then, it was a major hotel. Still is. And you walk in there, and maybe the room was like the size of like a closet to some people's houses. I'm not kidding. You got the bed in there, a dresser, a TV, a bathroom, and maybe like 2 feet to walk around the room. Yeah, I'll show you a picture. Here it is. Wait, where am I? There it is. There's me and the Hawk. Back in the day, you can see all the bats in the background. We had to actually use one of these, from the valet to bring it up. We had so much stuff to bring up, so that's the Hawk. Great guy, what a guy, fabulous guy, a fabulous ball player. He's in the Hall of Fame. Look at his stats, some great years. And he was an MVP, Rookie of the Year 10 years before that. Fabulous career, and just was fabulous meeting him. So there you go. That's Andre Dawson, the Hawk. And that was for a Cub fan who asked me about any Cubs. You got any Cubs in your collection? There you go. There's Cub number 1. Okay. My next guy. Oh, boy. I just not sure about this one, if you guys are going to like this one or not. But it's a little bit on the notorious side. All right. Was it a murderer or not? Did I stand next to a murderer or something worse happened? I don't know. You tell me. Was this a good thing for me to do? Let me peek under here. Oh boy, I don't even want to look. Okay. Anyway, this is who it was. I got this guy's autograph. Let's see. Let me show it up here closer. Oh boy. Slow reveal. That's the Juice. He's on the loose. So back then he was on the loose. It was O.J. Simpson. He was on the loose, and I met him at the airport ironically, of all places, because that's where he was famous for his commercials running through the airport. But this time he was coming to New York, so he was nice and slow about it, taking his time. He was really nice. Put it that way. This was like a week after the trial, so he was on his best behavior. He was smiling. Everybody was nice. Hey OJ, how you doing? We all gave our phony. Hey OJ, how you doing? At the time, everybody thought he was. We saw the trial. The glove fit. Trying to squeeze that glove on the hand. Oh, it didn't fit. Come on. Anyway, that's the juice. I also got a photo, 8x10 also. But here's the notorious photo. And he even wrote, and described the next day. So what we did was we were quick back then. We know he was leaving. We know he was coming. So we get him coming. And then we get the photo with him. I blow it up and then have him sign on the way out. So got him multiple times. He was really nice. Like I said, I can't complain of the notorious O.J. Simpson. Rest in peace. I'm not gonna say that. Rest in peace. You just rest. Well, wherever you are, just wherever you are. I don't know. Do what you got to do. I don't want to get involved, but we all know. Anyway, I got one more little bonus clip here for you before we wrap up the show. Another guy in the news recently, and it's another notorious case. He was a good major leaguer, a really good major leaguer, all-star 1 year, Gold Glove another year. He actually, after his playing career, became he was Dominican, like the House of Representatives for the Dominican Republic, and then he went on to become mayor of the Dominican Republic. But then he used his authority, of course, to steal money like everybody's doing these days. Easy money. He'll figure no one will get away with it. Took about $5 million. He was home arrest for the last 6 years, and he was just found guilty. And his arrest time is already enough, they said, and he'll be able to leave. But a little notorious. And who am I talking about? None other than the Dodgers. Raul Mondesi. He was a Rookie of the Year back in the day. It's like I said, another Beckett magazine. And back when he signed, it was just like what is that? A chicken scratch? I don't know what that was. But and that's a good autograph for this day and age. It's a good one. And then I realized, look, the guy's doesn't really speak English. He barely could write his name. So thankfully he was able to write it. I believe it's this way. It might be this way. I don't know. Yeah, I think it is this way. It's been a while. I don't know. Either way, he signed it. It's in my collection. That's all that matters. So there you have it, guys. Another show. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna be back real soon. You guys have been asking me, when's my next show? When's my next show? I'm just gonna keep on doing them as I come along. So keep in touch. I'm gonna stay right here with you guys. Come along for the trip, and the journey will continue.